don't know. I mean, there are plenty of disagreements that I have politically. I think I would have politically with my family members if I were to bring it up. I just don't, you know? Am I wrong? What do you think?
I think you're not in a good position to answer this because there are contentious families out there. And there's
exactly.
Tis the season for spending time. Tis the season for spending time with those you may not always.
Why half of Americans expect conflict at holiday gatherings and how to handle it? That's so funny. This is so stupid.
Agree with. There's a new survey that finds that nearly half of Americans expect heated discussions at holiday gatherings.
This is like every single holiday season as Jank takes on more confusing positions, I become a part of the 48%. When previously I never thought I would be. You know what I mean?
Gatherings this year. And by the way, it found a few hot button issues that are sure to fire things up. In third place, religion. Never talk about religion. Coming in second, family issues like parenting and finances. And in first place, not surprisingly, the survey found that the most controversial topic is politics. All this has 1 in 2 people planning to avoid holiday gatherings altogether. That's because more than 30% of people say they don't think it's possible to have productive conversations about different views without conflict.
So how do we navigate all of this? How do we agree to disagree? Well, Dan Lyons joins us. He is the best-selling author.
Being a nuisance at family reunions, yeah, except my family is in agreement with me for the most part. Like, there are obviously disagreements that we have, but they're not like large enough or significant enough to fight over. Jank is the outlier in this situation. Ironically enough, he is literally the outlier. Yeah, we have a family of max leftists. Yeah, Shaky Gurga has become the black sheep of the family in this regard.
Author of the book, The Power of Keeping Your Mouth Shut in an Endlessly Noisy.
And I do think that I'm in a unique predicament because, like, I'm a political commentator and so is my uncle. Like, if we just had like regular ass conservatives or whatever, conservative relatives, it'd be a little different. You know what I mean? Like, Jank collaborating with Charlie Kirk is very different than like you talking shop or talking about football with your conservative coworkers, you know? That's something that I need to explain quite frequently, which is that, you know, one of the most significant principles that I routinely repeat is be fucking normal and don't be weird. Don't be a weird loser. So yeah, be chill with your coworkers, even if they're conservative coworkers, even if they voted for Donald Trump. Like, you can have like, you know, you can have normal conversations with them. But I think when it becomes a professional political commentator, that's a little different.
World, such a great title. Yes. He's also the editorial director of DocuSign. Dan, good morning.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. So when we're with family and friends and things start to heat up, things start to get a little awkward, what should the person who's part and party to this conversation do to try to tamp things down?
Right. So there are techniques you can use, right? And DocuSign is interested in this because they're...
Your dad's ex-finance bro, though? I mean, yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like, he doesn't give a like American domestic politics. And for American foreign policy, we're somewhat aligned. Not really, but it doesn't really matter. Does that make sense? Like, he does not care about American domestic politics. Like,
an agreement management company. So this began as a project about agreement rather than disagreement. How come some people are so good at agreeing with other people? So I went off and I talked to like hostage negotiators, a marriage counselor, a kindergarten teacher, really experts at agreement. And
that is insane. What a range, dude. What a range. He said hostage negotiators to kindergarten teachers. These are all experts at conflict management, crisis negotiation.
One of the techniques you can use is just called thank you because. It's 3 words. It's very easy to use. You just bring this with you to this party, right?
What?
Thank you means I express gratitude to you for sharing your opinion, whatever it is. I explain something I admire about your opinion, something I think is good. Now, once I've done that, now I can tell you what my opinion is, but because
you know who agrees with this guy?
Who?
Jank, in regards to Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, he does.
I've listened to you first. You're more likely to listen to me in return. And that is going to start bringing down the temperature. And also, it's sort of like showing somebody respect.
When your family member calls you a slur, say thank you because, dude, that's crazy. Like, is that happening frequently? Chatters, goddamn. Like, that's a ass family member, dude. That's just like, I think when you just like remove political ideology from the equation, that's just plain old rude. You know what I mean? That's like an incredibly rude way to behave. Sometimes fam is your biggest obs. Brother, there is no opinion my parents hold that I respect law, and yes, families are omega shitty. How do you stay normal if your entire family is anti-normal to you? I don't know. I mean, there are plenty of disagreements that I have politically. I think I would have politically with my family members if I were to bring it up. I just don't, you know? Am I wrong? What do you think?
I think you're not in a good position to answer this because there are contentious families out there. And there's families that have a hard time having those discussions where they can voice their true, you know, political leanings or whatever, right? And you know, I'm not saying that anybody's a victim or anything, but it's difficult for us to relate to that in like a very true sense.
My uncle talking about deporting people and joking about pro-choice cat ladies. Me, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that.
No, I mean, like you can avoid the topic, right? You can. I wouldn't say hide where you stand.
That's what I would do in that situation. Like I would just never, I would steer every conversation directly away from political like that, because that way you win the rest of the room where they're the annoying person that's like constantly making everything political.
Yeah, but I'm saying like don't just agree with everything, right?
Don't listen to this DocuSign guy.
Setting boundaries is healthy.
Just be like, why? Look, people, when I do collaborations with other content creators that are not political content creators and they ask me like a political question, what do I say? I'm like, oh, I don't want to talk about politics. Why the do you want to talk about politics? Like, that's it. You know what I mean? You can make them look silly by just being like, dude, why are you talking about politics? Thanks for teaching chatters being normal. It's important. It's a weapon. The problem is they keep bringing it up. No, I know. That's the funniest part about it. Man on the left, thank you for the 5 tier 1, give the subs. The funniest part about it is that, like, for the longest time, Trump supporters behaved as though they were the, you know, silent majority.
And they still claim that.
When they were always the can't shut the minority. Like, they just can't shut the up. Nowadays, I feel like they've become even more galvanized. They've become more emboldened. So they just never shut up. They love talking about how the rest of the family doesn't understand me because, you know, I voted for the right guy. I voted for the great white hope. And it's just like, dude, okay, you voted for Trump, man. You got it. You know, we'll see what happens. I don't think that it's going to be good for you, and I don't think it's going to be good for anybody else. But, like, can we just not have a political discussion for once in our entire in this entire goddamn holiday season? Like, just shut the up. Because I have noticed that, like, Trump supporters nowadays especially are, like, very excited to have those conversations. They are very excited, where their entire goal is to be like, yeah, we got it. Ooh, my guy won. Okay, man, I heard that there's an echo. There's an echo. I know. I turned it off. I turned off Murat's microphone. Okay, shut up. No, I already silenced you, so they can't hear you.
Which is what you want to begin with.
So you also talk about this tactic of mirroring. What is mirroring?
Mirroring is literally starting your sentence saying a few of the words of your last few words. So you say something to me, and I start by saying, oh, rough day. You know, you're saying, oh, I had a really rough day, and I literally just say, oh, rough day. And that actually keeps you talking. So mirroring is a way of me showing you, look, I'm listening to you, I'm actually hearing what you say, and I understand you. So you're also building empathy. A lot of these agreement tricks actually...
Yeah, this is bro. This is so. Ne diyorsun baba? Açtım kapıyı. Açtım.
All roll back to empathy. Just showing someone, hey, I understand how you see the world, and I understand...
This is for literal babies? Yeah, this is for literal babies. That's why kindergarten teachers are what he heard from. Wait, this video has only 1.6K views from one day ago and only one comment. And it just says, don't serve alcohol. This is such a funny video. I'm skipping the rest of this.